Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome back to yet another YouTube video. Thank you so much for the feedback on the last video, and thank you for the views and those who watched and those who enjoyed. And guys, if you watch my videos and you like them, please comment here on YouTube. It helps here, it helps to get more engagement, and it also helps me to know, and helps other people to know that also other people are watching. So I realized that most people watch my video and then they come and comment on my WhatsApp. Okay, I really appreciate, but I'd really appreciate if you also commented here on YouTube to know that in order for me to get feedback and to know that my content is actually helping someone out there, and someone out there would be encouraged to watch more of my content. Also, just to get a wider audience of people who like such content, it would be very helpful if you commented right here. Anyway, so guys, I want us to talk about being single and embracing solitude. Being single is a state of like being you're not in a relationship, and also solitude is a state whereby you are alone without feeling lonely. You are alone but you're not feeling lonely. So it takes a lot of work and a lot of awareness to be able to be alone and not feel lonely, especially if you're used to having people around, and if you're used to being in a relationship. I think last year, when it dawned on me that I was alone, I think is it last year? Yeah, I think last year in 2023, I experienced a season of isolation in my life. Not because I didn't have people around, I had so many people around me, but it just came to my attention that I knew a lot of people, and not that those people were really necessarily close to me. So it dawned on me that I actually had no friends, and I was just alone. Let me just say I was alone, and I was feeling so lonely. Yeah, that's like last year. No, I was surrounded by a lot of people, but I was so alone. Anyway, so guys, in terms of being single and solitude, I like to always give a Bible reference, and as usual, I'll give you an example, or I'll give you Bible references, but also I just want to tell you guys that you see, there's a time that gets in life whereby God just puts you in a season of isolation, and it just gets to a point where you will have to be alone in order for you to realize the season that you're in life, or where you're supposed to head, the direction of your life, or either to redirect your life. So it gets to a point in life where God will just force you into a place of isolation. And in your place of isolation, I think the greatest fear that all of us have, or many of us have, is being alone, because we're not used to being alone, or we're not used to used to being alone, and two, we are afraid of who we are. Also, another reason is because we don't even know who we are, so we don't know if we need to be alone. Yeah, so my season of isolation has been for a whole year, and I am so grateful for that season, because in this season I've learned a lot of things about myself. Last year I had premium age anxiety. As I'm filming this, it's 4 days to my birthday, and this year I have never been so calm. I am so calm. I'm anticipating my new age, and I'm sort of excited for a new season, and I'm looking forward to so much more in my life, in my career, in my relationships, and my friendships. Like, I'm in family-wise, health-wise, I'm so optimistic. But last year, at a time like this, I was so anxious. I didn't even want to celebrate my birthday because I didn't know. Like, it just dawned on me that I was getting older. So age anxiety, and I guess I had planned so much that I needed to have achieved by a certain age, and sometimes things just don't work out as we want, and sometimes it's not supposed to work out like that. There's no manual to life, and there's no manual to someone's life. So you might plan that by tomorrow you want to get 1 2 3, and then tomorrow comes and maybe you're not able to meet that, what you had promised yourself or what you had promised. So let me just say, I had, looking back, I think my goals that I had placed for myself, most of them were not logical, and I had not looked into how possible it would be for them to come to life. So I had very high expectations of myself, and I was pushing myself so hard, but I didn't see the fruits of my work. I didn't see anything manifesting. I tried so many things and nothing was working out, and it got to a point of frustration. I was so frustrated, and I started to ask myself if I was actually doing what I loved, and if I liked my job, or if I liked any of the things that I was doing last year. Yeah, but God just put me in a season of solitude, and I just got to sit with myself more, and I got to sit with myself more, and even just talk to myself, and sit in the worst situations ever by myself, just to analyze situations and to be able to accept that is life first, before, instead of trying to get solutions for things instantly. I'm usually the type of person that wants, like, I like to solve things on the go, and I don't like to procrastinate things when it comes to my personal things. I like to do things and make sure that they are done, and that I'm moving on to the next thing, knowing that I'm done with this one. But last year I was trying so many things. Oh my god, I was trying so many things. I was trying to, at the same time, I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to make life have meaning for me, meet my targets for the age that I was turning, and it was just unrealistic because I had unrealistic goals, and I wouldn't say they were unrealistic because I believed that I could achieve them. But right now, I just think that I had placed myself maybe in the wrong way. That's why I didn't. That's why I thought I would. That's why I thought I would achieve those things as fast as I thought. But looking back, I just think, like, I've been doing things correctly and in the right pace, just that I expect so much of myself that I give pressure to myself for not achieving things that I think I should have achieved by a certain time or a certain period, which was sort of unfair because it led me to a place of depression, and I was so unsatisfied with everything that I was doing. Anyway, so I want to talk about my season of solitude and why I think, like, we should embrace being single and being alone. Being alone. By being alone, I don't just mean being out of a relationship. I also mean, like, sometimes just being alone, zero friends, just be alone for a certain period of time. Sometimes you will notice that when you're with people and always surrounded with people, you will notice that the narrative of your life is often controlled by who surrounds you and not who you are and not what you want. So often at times you will realize that people are always affecting your decisions, or people are always pushing you towards making certain choices, but it's not what you want from, like, within. It's not like something that you want from within your heart. Is it what Lynn wants? Is it what you want? Sometimes if you look deep into it, you'll find that maybe you are not even interested in those things, but you just did them because you are being pushed by someone. Or sometimes people push you because of the interest they have for themselves, and you think they have your best interest at heart, so you'll be doing things for people instead of thinking what you want. So because you don't know what you want, it's hard to know what you want, so you will continuously do what people want, thinking that that is what you want. Eventually you come to a place where you feel so empty and you feel like you've not accomplished anything in life. It's life, and that's why it's important to sit alone, be alone, sit alone, just take a deep breath and like stop waiting for people to tell you what to do, or taking direction from people about your own life. And it's funny that even when you're dating, if you're dating and you've never experienced a season of solitude, and you've never experienced a season of being alone just by yourself, you'll realize that after some time you find that you actually don't like the person you're dating. You're just dating them because of what you think, or because of societal expectations, or maybe you realize you actually just don't even want to date, but you're just dating because of what society expects of you. Anyway, yeah, those are my my thoughts. So I want to give you some few pointers on what your singlehood and embracing your singlehood and embracing your solitude could help you with. One, being alone helps you to create a deeper and a stronger connection with God. Many times you find that since you're always engaged, you're doing this, utapata like all the time there's always something that's after your attention. So it means your attention is never linked on God's side. So mostly you are always distracted. So when you're alone, it means like you're sitting in your problems, and you come to a point where you realize that you only need to rely on God to help you through the problems and to help you through those things. And you will learn how to pray if you don't know. You will learn how to talk to God if you don't know. It just happens, and it's not linear for everybody. I always feel like you also learn your traumas, you learn a lot of things, but most of all, you build a strong relationship with God. Number two, you learn more about yourself. You become more aware, you become more self-aware. You know what triggers you, what doesn't trigger you, and also you learn from your mistakes. Number three, you learn from the past mistakes of the people you've engaged with and the people you've been with, the friends you've made, and you realize that maybe this is why these things are not working and this is why this is working. So most of the time, our decisions are propelled by whoever is around us and what is around us, and sometimes we take people's opinions higher than what our opinions are, because we have never learned to be by ourselves and to just give ourselves the credit for actually doing things on our own. We are used to asking for help and not asking for help, but generally following someone's lane instead of following yours. So it just aligns you also with your purpose. You'll get aligned with your purpose, and you'll understand who you are and why you are here. There's always a why as to why everybody's on this planet, and the why as to why you are here, you'll only get to know that when you spend time with yourself, and you'll get to understand what you like and what you want to do and how you want your life to be if you spend time with yourself. On this also, I want to ask, I'll tell you guys something. I want to tell you that I want to say this also. I realized that let's give an example of someone who's just off from a heartbreak and from a relationship that didn't go so well, and most of the time you'll end up blaming your other partner for the things that have happened to you and for the things that have happened in your relationship, and thinking that maybe it's their fault, and not even thinking that you could have any fault in whatever has happened. So being alone helps you to reflect on the mistakes that you have done, and helps you to see where you had gone wrong and to see what you could do better in the next relationship. Also, it helps you to choose better. So in the next relationship, you choose better, you choose what you want to choose. You know from your experience what can you do differently. But if you keep on hopping from one relationship to the next, you'll eventually just be empty. You feel empty. That is why you see that some people can actually never stay single for even a week or a month, because they do not know, they are afraid of being by themselves. So I want to to tell you a few things that you can do to help you stay in your singlehood. And by singlehood, I don't mean you stay single forever. It's different for everybody. Someone can be single for 3 months, another person can be single for a whole year, another person for even more years. It just depends on the level of growth that you want for yourself. So number 1, maintain a positive mindset about solitude. Solitude is a good thing. So first step of accepting solitude is accept that it's a good thing, it's not a bad thing, and viewing it as an opportunity for self-care and personal growth. It helps you to grow your personal life, so view it as that. Practice gratitude for the moments of peace and quiet, and help shift your perspective on being alone. Each time you feel like you're alone, try to be grateful for things. Try to be grateful for things that are in your life, things that you have, things that you are wishing for, things that are coming, and things that have gone, and be grateful for that moment also. It helps you to shift your perspective from seeing that now I am alone to seeing, oh God, I'm so grateful that right now I get to spend time by myself, and I get to understand myself, and I get to do this by myself, not propelled by anybody or anything, but just by me. Also, use solitude to recharge and reflect and gain valuable insights on your thoughts and feelings. Like, it helps. Solitude is a way of you understanding your thoughts and understanding your feelings. So understand why you feel the way you feel, what triggers that type of feeling, and what makes you get to that point of feeling that. So you will only realize these things when you are alone. But when you are with people, surrounded with people all the time, you miss out a lot on yourself. So you eventually start to enjoy your own company if you like yourself. And also, the moment you get to a point of solitude and you start enjoying your solitude, it boosts your self-esteem. You realize that you do not have to choose people. You don't have to just take people in and take people in without thinking if they are good for you. Now you will be vetting people, analyzing people, like assessing people to see if they are fit for what you want, because you're no longer afraid of being lonely. You want the right attitude, the right people in your life, so you will not settle because you know what you want. And also, you're okay being alone, so it's okay for you to shut out anybody that's not offering you what you want. Okay, yeah, I hope this helped, guys. And it was just a random thought, and I feel like I'll do more. I'll write some notes down on solitude, and then I'll share with you guys here. I haven't thought about it deeply, but it's just a random thought that I've been having. I will do a deeper insight, and I'll give you more biblical references on solitude. Also, remember, Jesus, as he was preparing, I'll give you this example, as he was preparing for his final days to be crucified, he had to isolate himself and pray alone, and even just be alone to be able to understand the assignment that he had. Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you are new here, please subscribe, hit that subscribe button and share. See you on the next one. Bye.